Eating is something that everyone does, both as a factor of survival and also due to their want to eat the food that may be appealing to them. When we eat something, the majority of the time it is something that we enjoy eating or tastes good to fulfill our taste buds. Some people eat more than others, either more frequently or more in quantity to fulfill their needs.
Usually when we eat, we are able to fulfill our bodily needs such as for energy. Food that we eat gets metabolized and separated into each specific location based on its storage form. When we eat something that is fatty, the fat will either be directly used as energy, depending whether our body requires energy currently and how much we need it. Otherwise, the excess fat will be stored under the skin in the form of fat. There are so many different types of energy storage forms other than fat, such as glycogen and protein. But most of the time, energy gets stored in the form of fats, as fats store more energy efficiently compared to glycogen and protein due to fat's small molecular structure, allowing it to be compact. Before we eat, we enter the cephalic phase through imagining foods. While we eat, and after we finish eating, we enter what is known as the absorptive phase, where the nutrients are directly absorbed into the blood and used for our energy requirements. Both the cephalic and absorptive phase create what is known as glucose. With the aid of high insulin and low glucagon levels, glucose is able to be converted into glycogen and fat, thus then stored away for future needs.
The motivation that drives people to eat can be seen through two different perspectives: the set point assumption and the positive incentive perspective. Through the set point assumption, our motivation to eat is due to hunger. Through positive incentive perspective, our motivation to eat is due to how the food looks and smells, whether it looks appetizing for us to eat.
Factors that influence what we eat and when we eat and how much we eat will all differ based on each person. Even for each individual, it differentiates depending on the day and the time, as we don't have the same appetite as the previous day nor feel hungry at the same hour every day. Based on biopsychology, the factors that influence what we eat are learning to eat things that we enjoy and avoid the foods that we don't like the taste of. And lastly, learning to eat vitamins and minerals to fulfill our bodily needs. There are also factors that influence when we eat, which include primal hunger and the Pavlovian conditioning of hunger. Lastly, the factors that influence how much we eat are vast, and there are possibly more factors based on each person. But in general terms, there are satiety signals, shame eating, appetizer effect, serving size, social influence, and sensory-specific satiety.